Welcome back to Texas Flex. And today, oh man, we got a new barbell. Yes! It feels so right, you know? I'm not disappointed at all. It's very shiny, but that's because it has like a bunch of oil or lubricant, whatever is on my hands now. We gotta use this thing. So it's a good thing it's the last day of MAPS Anabolic Phase 1 because that's the deadlift day, baby. So we'll do deadlifts and overhead press with this thing. We'll just see how it feels in my hands. Alright, so that's it on deadlifts. I can give you pretty much my entire opinion right now. It's a 28mm bar. It's labeled as a power bar, but it has dual neural marks for powerlifting and Olympic weightlifting. So if you guys want to know more in-depth review or see somebody that actually knows what they're talking about, talk about this bar, go over to the Kurt Locker's YouTube channel. He does a more in-depth review on the True Grit Power Bar, which is this bar, except this has a camo coating. And no, they don't specify what kind of coating it is, it's just camo. So it could be Cerakote. Last I heard, Cerakote is an actual brand, so whatever coating this is similar but not quite. And you can kind of tell the way that it feels. The knurling is a little bit bumpier, but it still has like that sandpaper, like good grip. It's just not aggressive. For deadlifts, it's pretty good. I didn't see it hinder me at all. I still got 415 for 3, which is a rep PR. Take that as you will, I guess. Maybe just a good training day. But you know, the barbell definitely felt inspiring. The coating is nice. It looks a little bit shinier on camera. It has almost like this matte look in IRL, but on camera, I do admit it looks shinier. Maybe that's because even after I wiped it down, it's still kind of shiny. So that's it for deadlifts. We're gonna move on to overhead press, and then we'll talk a little bit about MAPS Anabolic Phase 1. Oh yeah, so I don't know if this matters, but this bar right here, It costs $135, $180, about that much shipped. I think $135 is appropriate. The shipping, yeah, it's a little expensive, but I think that's what it's worth. I'll put the retail cost right here. It does say it's limited edition, so maybe it never comes back in stock, but it's a good bar. All right, so while I kind of encapsulate phase one of MAPS Anabolic, let's just watch this barbell spin, see how it feels. So I actually haven't bought a whole bunch of new barbells, so the sound that it's making is new to me. I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to sound. It feels pretty good on the clean. So as far as the weightlifting side of this barbell, I'd say it's pretty good. Like I said, it's very comparable to the X Training 20 kg barbell. Feels just about the same, bumpier knurling to say the least, and I don't know, it feels right. And obviously this is a first impressions video because I don't know how durable the coating is going to be or how it really performs. Justin from Mind Pump Media said that he likes to swap out overhead press for clean and press, so I kind of did that. It's not really my realm. I know the basics of it, but as you can see, my form needs a little bit of cleaning up, and it definitely made me suffer a little bit as far as how much weight I could push, and that's something that I kind of have to keep reminding myself that I'm not going to clean and press what I'm overhead pressing, I think. Then again, I did switch to kind of a push press after a couple sets, and I racked it so I could do just regular overhead press. And that's kind of what I did with the program, right? So deadlifts, probably the best in MAPS Anabolic phase one. That's where I really hit my sweet spot and kept upping the weight week after week. It was only 3 weeks of repeating these things. I did the squat sessions twice and the deadlift sessions once. And then on the days that I did that secondary squat day, I went a little bit lighter or modified the exercise, kind of like you'll see here in the B-roll, the sumo box squats with the SSB, just so that I could feel that upper range of weight on my back as it was loaded, but also so that I could work a little bit on the eccentric and the push from that point, right? Because I can get out of the hole, but it's always that lockout that gets me. So that's where I want to work the most. And because we were in so low rep ranges, I felt pretty safe putting on as much weight as I did. So as far as the trigger sessions go, I did them, but they were few and far in between. So mostly I just stuck to lightweight machines, and I kind of just did it or counted it as, this is gonna sound kind of crappy, but I worked it into my clients' training programs, right? So as I was showing them how to complete the exercise, or at least re-emphasizing some of the critical points of each exercise, I would, do my 10 reps or just enough to feel it, and that's it. That's how I worked in trigger sessions. So I definitely feel like my quads are getting better and my chest is getting more defined. My arms, just by proxy, are growing as well, but my chest and my quads are really where I wanted to focus in on the most. And I know it's not a focus session, but they're pretty similar. Full body, obviously, in this case, but that's where I kind of focused more of the pump on. So that's as far as trigger sessions go. And really quick on the nutrition side, again, I didn't do very much there. I kind of kept myself at maintenance because I wanted to see how my body reacted, if that was my true maintenance, or if 3 days would just be too low of frequency. There was no cardio included. So kept it at about 23 to 2,500 calories pretty much every day. If not, it came out to a weekly average of that. And it maintained my weight. Even today, I am 175 pounds. So I lost about 1 pound. And according to the Fit Scan, or whatever it's called, I lost almost 6 pounds of fat and gained almost 5 pounds of lean tissue, okay? Or lean mass. And do I believe that? I have a really hard time believing that. But if I did, then that will just be verified by how this program keeps going. because I'm not super strict on the diet right now, but it's about to be a little more than I bargained for, because this is going to be essentially a little sneak peek of what it's going to feel like, and if I can even do a bodybuilding show at the end of the year. Overall, I liked MAPS Anabolic Phase 1. Honestly though, I wish there were more days, and I know maybe I could do like a 4-day version where I do 1, 2, 1, 2, but I don't know. I feel like that's too much intensity and too much volume. Maybe I mean, obviously I could taper it to where it's not as fatiguing, and I'm still providing an appropriate stimulus every day, but I don't know. We'll try it here in Phase 2, but until then, I will see you guys at the next